Bonifacio Ilagan has been fighting for justice for nearly 30 years. He was repeatedly tortured as a political prisoner in the 1970s. Ferdinand Marcos was president then and put the Philippines under martial law. Ilagan feels 20 years of Marcos's dictatorship is being whitewashed, despite a law passed 2 years ago acknowledging the abuses.
It is written in the law that we would be entitled to some financial compensation, and that there would be a roll of the names of the victims, and that a museum would be established to preserve the memorabilia of martial law, and that textbooks, in schools would be rewritten to include martial law. Not one of that is happening.
At least 75,000 people filed claims for compensation, and government officials say they need more time to review all the cases now in this room.
This is the government's way of recognizing the heroism and sacrifices of the Filipino people during martial law.
In 2011, nearly 20 years after winning a landmark case in the U.S. against the Marcos family, close to 8,000 victims of martial law received $1,000 each in compensation. The money came from Marcos assets recovered in the U.S., assets that the Philippine government fought for, saying it should have been returned to the state first, because Marcos had amassed it illegally while in power. Separate from that case, the Philippine government says it has so far recovered nearly $4 billion of ill-gotten Marcos wealth. There has yet to be a clear public accounting, though, of exactly where those funds have gone. Under the 2013 reparation law, only some $200,000 has been set aside for martial law victims. Adding insult to injury as far as the victims are concerned is the popular return to politics of the Marcoses. 3 of them are in publicly elected positions, and not one member of the family has been successfully prosecuted for any crime. Now, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is running for vice president.
I grew up into a privileged childhood because I'm a Marcos. I enjoyed, I was able to go to the best schools because I'm a Marcos. And now that I've entered politics, I have been able to enjoy the support of many, many people because I'm a Marcos. So all of these just make it clear to me that it was a lucky thing for me to have been born a Marcos.
While Marcos Jr. is grateful for what he sees as his good fortune, he has yet to acknowledge that thousands of others are still waiting for justice. Marga Ortigas, Al Jazeera, Manila.